Hi! It's us again. Welcome to Chubs Gone Wild, episode 429, recorded on January 31st, 2022. It's currently 61 and partly cloudy outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios, where it is 700. No, that is incorrect. That is my number dyslexia. It is only 273 days till Halloween, 328 until Christmas, 14 until Valentine's Day, and only 45 days till we put on our green and go around pinching people and getting me too'd on St. Patrick's Day. Hey. Hey, Tom, who wants to be our chubby Valentine?
You tell me.
I know. Well, I can't reveal those secrets just yet, but we do have a couple. If you want a chance to be our chubby Valentine, send Tom and I an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com and say, I want to be your Valentine.
Now, you should say that our chubby Valentine doesn't mean you have to be chubby.
Oh, no, we're the chubbies.
You're the chubby's Valentine.
Yes, you are.
But you can be chubby too. That's fine. It's just
true. So all you have to do is send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Say, I want to be your chubby Valentine. And you only have 7 more days because on the next show, next Monday, we will be choosing the winner. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, books, videos, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Stase, Trump Universe, Eric, Sean, Brother Sinatics, Phoenix Dave, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/MattBurlingame and see if you want to become a patron for as little as $1 a month. And I've gotten some really good feedback on some of the items posted over there recently, and I just want to thank everybody for the love. Yay. All right. Well, today in history, let's find out if anything important happened. Well, you've heard of Guy Fawkes Day, yes, in Britain? No?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You've heard of Guy Fawkes Day in Britain?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, in 1606, the death of Guy Fawkes, a chief conspirator in a plot to blow up British Parliament buildings, jumps to his death moments before his execution for treason.
And they give him a day?
Yes, Queen. In fact, they have bonfires and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. In 1865, the House passed the 13th Amendment, abolishing slavery in America. Yay! In 1917, Germans unleashed U-boats. 1944, D-Day is actually called off and postponed until June. And of course, D-Day was one of the most pivotal moments of World War II. In 1945, Private Eddie Slovic becomes the first American soldier since the Civil War to be executed for desertion. 1950, Harry Truman, who was the president, publicly announced his decision to support the development of the hydrogen bomb. 1968, a squad of Viet Cong guerrillas attacks the U.S. Embassy in Saigon. 1971, here's something we might know, the Apollo 14 departs for the moon. Now, were you too young to watch? No, you were in high school, right?
Yeah. Well, what year?
1971?
No, I was not in high school.
Okay. I heard that wrong, but that makes more sense. So 1971, you were like what? 9? 8, 9?
You don't even know me. I was 12.
Okay. So
well, right now I would have been 11 at this point.
Okay. So did you watch the Apollo 14 departing for the moon?
Okay, remember there was no TV channels, so yes, every single channel had the moon, CBS, ABC, NBC, they all played the moon things.
Okay.
Every time a ship went up, all 3 stations had it. So yeah. And who wants to go over to PBS? Ugh. So, well, I was 11. Okay.
Okay.
And they hadn't started Sesame Street. Well, they may have, but I didn't watch it because that was for kids.
Okay, that makes sense. And then in 1990, the first McDonald's opened in the Soviet Union. Wow.
These are riveting.
Oh, but we've learned a little something. I'm happy. We are PBS. Well, let's see if we accidentally celebrated any holidays today.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Today is Appreciate Your Social Security Check Day. Trust me, we do. It's also Backwards Day. I'm not even going to try to make a joke with that. There's too many backwards people in this country not taking their vaccines. Anyway, Brandy Alexander Day, also Bubble Wrap Appreciation. Eat your Brussels sprouts. Oh, and then Hell is Freezing Over Day. Well, that's pretty much when I'll eat those fucking Brussels sprouts. Just saying. Also, Hug an Economist. Inspire your heart with art. National Hot Chocolate Day. Some of our East Coast listeners are probably digging on that. Also, Scotch tape. We just celebrate Scotch tape. I don't know why we can't celebrate American tape, but whatever. Jeez. Anyway, today's affirmation. Within myself, I see a loving, beautiful being. It is safe for me to look within.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, a loving, beautiful being within myself. I haven't had sex in at least a couple months, so it's just not.
I think that was more like a colonoscopy, is what they're talking about.
Oh, ew! I don't want one of those. Thank you.
Well, you need one.
Shut up, bitch.
Actually, you're late for it. You should have had one at 45.
They would not approve me. Literally, they wouldn't approve me, and I was okay with that. I just don't want. It's scary. It's so scary.
It's not scary at all.
It is scary as poop. Actually, I'll tell you, I'm less scared of the actual.
Part is the pooping. So
I was going to say I'm less scared of the actual procedure than I am of the 24 hours of shitting your brains out beforehand.
It's only about 12.
Well, I've been doing that for 3 weeks.
So you should go there right now.
Anyway.
Anyway, the drugs are really good.
Oh, I like that.
The only part that's really gross is when you wake up and you're on your side and they've already yanked out the camera, and then they take a towel and they wipe you like a nasty spill on the floor. It's just gross.
Sure. Birthdays. Let's get into birthdays. Much more fun than that. Love is a baby. Today we celebrate Richard's birthday and also William, who we used to work with and is one of the best, most awesome fashionistas you'll ever run across. Just saying. Also, we have upcoming birthdays. We have happy birthday to Red, author Rick, Michael, Danny, Rick, another Rick. Charlotte, actually Charlotte Koza, who is a producer and host of one of the local Sacramento and Northern California ghost hunter shows. Did you know that?
No.
She works with your friend Michael. Yeah? No? We'll talk after.
My friend Michael? Michael who?
No, I'm sorry. He's Hawaiian. His husband Michael died. He goes and visits the area all the time. I just didn't want to say the name, but out of respect.
Okay.
But
I've he's been over to my house before searching for ghosts.
Awesome. Well, they actually do a show that is more local based, so you might be interested in it.
Yeah, is it YouTube or something?
I think so. I will get the information for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, VJ Tran that Mark from the Feast of Fun. And we've got Everett, Randy, Liz, Sister Indica, one of the naughty nuns.
I
Morgan,
like indica.
right. Morgan, Melissa, Carissa, who we used to work with. Oh, that Larry Mc, you know who. He's coming up here. We were just talking about him. Also, we've got author Kel Munger, Susan, Michael, and Mike, who I think actually is a listener. Yeah, and we gave him some advice a while back. All right, so happy birthday, everybody. Hope you're doing good. What we got up next, girl? We got some feedback. Sean wrote in and said, R.I.P. Rip Louis Anderson, and he LOL'd at Tom's stories about being mistaken for him. So, yeah. All right, and then we got some chub hugs. Do you want to go first this time?
Well, first of all, Liza Minnelli lost her pup. So I wanted
You're
to
just reading what I put on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, all those people on the East Coast,
Oh, yes.
And the thing is, everyone goes, "Oh, it's a foot of snow." Yeah, but if you don't have ways of, removing snow, you're locked in. It's hard to drive in it, especially if you don't have chains. It's just it's ugly. And then the poor people in Florida who are getting paled with iguanas falling from the trees.
What?
Oh, you haven't heard about
I
this?
didn't hear from that.
Okay, so what happens is when it freezes in Florida, basically they have all these iguanas because people got iguanas and then they released them because they didn't want them anymore. So there's a zillion iguanas in Florida right now.
Oh my
That
god.
and boa constrictors, but that's
Ugh.
But what happens is when it gets cold, like below 40 degrees, the iguanas fall. They shut down. They don't die, but they shut down, and then they fall out of the trees, and they're laying on the ground everywhere. And they say don't touch them. They're just they go into kind of like a hibernation.
Right. They're cold-blooded, I think.
Right, and then as soon as it warms up, they start walking again. But literally, people are like, don't walk into the trees. It's cold, and the iguanas are falling, type thing.
Well, I know one person that like to fall on, but anyway, we'll just leave that to the side. Oh my god, I saw a ghost in your house right now. Okay. So that's just disturbing. All right. Moving on. Okay. Oh, did you have any others though before we?
Liza Minnelli, who lost her pup.
Yes, it was very sad. She posted about it and it was very touching. Also, Danielle's
kitty, Sage.
Yes. Poor Sage was just throwing up and miserable and all upset. She finally took her to the emergency vet. She had swallowed a bell that had like something attached to it and had like bunched up her guts as it tried to pass through. So she had emergency surgery today, which was very expensive. And they did get it out and she's on the mend. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
And Drew, oh yes, so Auntie Vera and Drew are starting their 5-week cleansing with no alcohol, no sugar, nothing fun at all. And that is their 5-week cleanse that they do before they take a cruise, and then they enjoy themselves on the cruise. So
that sounds like a nightmare.
I don't know how the hell they do it. I'm sure Drew is having fun just trying to get through it.
You get to a point with your high-pitched girly voice that actually shuts down the sound system.
That's wonderful. I love that. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
after you have like gender shamed me. Current topics. Rihanna is pregnant and she debuted her baby bump on a stroll with boyfriend ASAP Rocky, or A Money AP Rocky, whatever. Also, Cher covered the Golden Girls theme with a special TV tribute to Betty White. It was very sweet.
Is she going to release that?
I don't know. It didn't seem like it was releasable because she probably need to. I mean, it didn't go very long. It was only like a minute. It was basically just the theme song. So,
well, I mean, that's Brian and I were just talking yesterday about how with the digital situation, she doesn't have to release it on an album. She can just release it.
Right, exactly. So I love that. I love that type of technology.
Oh, did you know what the #1 album in the nation is this week?
Something by Beyonce?
No, it's something by well, actually, you've been listening to the album.
Oh, Encanto.
Yeah, and the #2 song in the nation, right behind what's her name? Adele, is
Under the Surface.
We don't talk about Bruno.
You know,
it's the #2 song in the nation. I'm just floored.
That's so funny. I do like that song, but I like Under the Surface better than that. But I actually have been listening to the soundtrack, and I'm not really I like watching the big Disney musicals at least once, and I'm like, oh, that was really good. This one, I've actually I'm listening to the soundtrack of it. I kind of want to see it again. I don't know what it is, but it's just really good. So here we go. Oh, and finally, in at least 6 states, oh no, sorry, let me repeat that correctly. At least 6 out athletes are representing the U.S. the U.S. at the 2022 Winter Olympics. A record 34 athletes will represent their countries and team LGBTQ as well in China starting this week. And that includes an unprecedented 11 out men and the first non-binary athlete at the Winter Olympics.
Is it Jonathan from Queer Eye?
Could be. Maybe he's doing like the not, they don't flags. This is like when they use like the CVS receipts on sticks.
He can ice skate.
Oh, I like that.
Well, did you not remember he did the commercials with Simone, where he was pretending to be a gymnast and wearing her outfit and stuff like that for DoorDash, I think it was.
See, you say commercials and I'm just like, but that does actually ring a bell. So,
oh my God, it played for a year. Anyway, come to find out, he was a gymnast. Not like a professional gymnast, but in school he was a gymnast.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's the limber.
Is he? What are his calls? Is he him, or is it?
I think he's open. It's like he, her, them.
Okay.
Just whatever it is okay with him. So okay. So Tom wants to talk to you about.
Well, let me pull that up and let's see. What do I want to talk about? Let's see. Knock Knock Ghosts. Remember we talked about last week?
Yes, Knock Knock Ghosts.
Well, season 2 started, and Brad, who was the one who was always like, ooh, scary.
Yeah.
He is now Bree. He has transitioned.
Wow.
Season 1 and season 2, and actually much more tolerable as Bree than as Brad. So that's fun. But the show is it's an interesting show. It's not your average ghost hunters kind of show. It's more of a comedy relief. and the guy talks about spirits, so.
And yet it was on the other more serious show that the one got called the F word.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck. So
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
So let's see. Project Runway. First time ever, the final is all women, which is weird, right? This seems that out of I don't know how many seasons it's been on, because it's both the Heidi seasons, Heidi and Tim, and the Christian Siriano. Never had all girls or all women, female, yeah. So that was, I just thought that was really, really interesting. RuPaul this week, the queen that left was the queen that came from Puerto Rico, and she was having a bad week, and because I think she could have gone further, but these people just don't hold up.
Right. What do they call them? Filler queens?
Well, it's just it's weird because they go in there, I guess, not knowing. Okay, on Survivor, and no one knows how to build a fucking fire when they get there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're going on RuPaul's Drag Race, first of all, they give you a list of the different themes for the weeks.
Yeah.
Because they have clothes already planned out. So that sucks. If you go out the first couple of weeks, now you've got 12 outfits that aren't going to be seen. So that sucks. But so you've got clothes, that you're going to have to dance, that you're going to have to sing, that you're going to have to probably do comedy. You would think that they would prepare better. That's all I have to say. And the fact you're going to be gone for, basically out of touch with people for probably 3 or 4 weeks, because I'm sure, they do probably 2 or 3 shows a week, episodes a week, filming.
Right.
Yeah. But they all, same thing, Project Runway. I miss my child. Well, then you shouldn't be on the fucking show. What do you want?
Who goes on Project Runway without knowing how to sew?
Oh, well, that too. There you go. And also, actually, RuPaul, they should know how to sew too.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to have challenges where they're going to have to construct an outfit.
Yeah, I mean, and even I know how to do double stitch and stuff.
So, yeah. So anyway, that's my little thing there. Finished Wheel of Time, and the thing was, it actually had a conclusion for the storyline, and then opened up a big one for season 2. Just make sure that you can do that. Now, in the same thing, it didn't happen on The Silent Sea. That's the Korean film or Korean limited series on Netflix about water. They needing water because
right.
Yeah. A lot of vomiting though in that show. A lot of vomiting, because if you got tainted with the moon water, the lunar water. I know, who knew there was water on the moon, but if you got tainted with the lunar water, then you basically threw up all the moisture in your body. It kept regenerating water in your lungs, so you basically drowned.
Wow.
And a lot of vomiting. So, but it was all clear. It was just water. But it kind of it ended, and you're like going, you call that an ending? How could she be on the earth? And okay, so I was a little disappointed in the end.
I've noticed that about a lot of the Asian shows, that they just don't really stick the landing.
Well, it's at least in a lot of the other ones, it's not that they leave it open for enough. This was not open for a sequel.
Yeah,
it wasn't that kind of ending. This just kind of ran credits. It's like, what? So because go ahead.
No. Well, I was gonna say, how a lot of the British sitcoms, sometimes that when whatever issue they have in the show, they don't always resolve it. They just kind of have something big happen, and then that's the end.
Oh, that's one thing you'd like about Knock Knock Ghost is at the end they do funny clips and wave at the camera, because I know how you like to break that wall
on one show.
Yeah. Anyway,
cute.
Let's see, Secrets of Sulphur Springs on Disney Plus. season 2. It's getting very exciting. We're almost coming to an end. We're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Peacemaker is still fun. Ozark is still bloody. It's like they kill everybody. But it's always a surprise though when they kill people. It's just like, boom, oh my God, I didn't see that. It's just, well, yeah, it's hard to tell.
Right. No, I get it.
On the Gilded Age, that's the new HBO
Mm-hmm.
Max series from the makers of Downton Abbey. It's got Christina Baranski, who I love, and Cynthia Nixon.
Yes.
And I think she's a lesbian in this one.
Good.
Anyway, so it's about old money and new money in 1880s New York. So fun costumes, a lot of looks. It's that bitchy. It's mostly around the women, so it's really bitchy. I think you'd really enjoy it. There's a new show on Apple TV called The After Party with oh God, I got it. I'll get Tiffany Haddish and Ike Barinhall, and it's a murder mystery where Tiffany Haddish plays the detective, and she's just come upon a reunion, high school reunion, where somebody has been murdered. So it's her interviewing everybody at the party. So not everybody, because it's a private party after the reunion. So it's not like 400 people. It's
good,
like
yeah,
10 people. So but that's it's interesting. We'll see where it goes. Aziz Ansari, he has a new half-hour comedy thing on Netflix. I really liked. Brian thought it was horrible, and I don't know. I was sure he would have even liked that, but he didn't like it. But it was good. He had some really well. First of all, he sat the whole time, which I thought was interesting, because usually the comics don't sit. They usually like pace around.
Yeah.
But it was actually I really enjoyed it. It's only a half hour, good show. And then I did see a comic this week, Mark Normand, and he actually has a comedy special that's part of stand-up on Netflix right now. It was interesting because usually the first two comics, you have a host, he tells a few jokes, then the warm-up guy that comes after him, and then the headliner. The first two guys I actually like better than Mark Normand, mostly because he it's just he's more joke, but he did make a lot of jokes where he said things that people, he was kind of pointing out that, like, if you call somebody fat and they're not fat, they're like, yeah, don't call me fat, I'm not fat. But if you call someone fat, that's insulting, right? And he was using it in things like people who were, special people, who have special problems, using the R word. He goes, you would never say that to one of those people, but if I say it to my brother because he's being an idiot, then it's okay because he's not really the R word.
Oh God.
And it was like,
yeah,
you're playing with that envelope there.
I hated that word a long time ago.
So anyway, and then of course he was working his material, because if you got a big headliner coming through Sacramento, he's working on new stuff. So, but the weird thing was, it's like he ran out of stuff, and he kept looking at his watch like, I got another 10 minutes I got to fill. And so when he was kind of playing with the audience, it was actually better. He kind of has that, how when you go to a really good gay hairdresser and they're just funny as hell because they're just, quip, and it's always really fun. He was much more funny when he wasn't working off of his material, when he was just coming, just letting it flow. It was pretty funny. But and then let's see, that's I think that's about it. Wait, just let me look. I think let me look at one more thing. Where is it? Okay. And just like that, Charlotte has to teach a
No,
50-year-old daughter.
stop reading my week.
Oh,
Goodness.
oh, that's okay. So
I was waiting for you to do a nice intro, but I
Call
guess
Me
I just
Cat.
don't
Call
get
Me
it.
Cat is yours too.
Yes. Did Brian tell you the?
Yeah, he said, "Oh yeah, like he said, like if I was starting to talk about Call Me Cat, like I've been watching it, you would go, you're lying." And I said, "Yeah, why would Matt say
He's just
that?"
a bad joke person. He can't even go with it for 5 seconds. It's just
Because
sad.
that's like him going, "Well, I was pregnant this week." Okay.
All right. Well, my week started out, well, it didn't start out. It actually kind of, it was only a couple days ago. I got up and I had this list of like 10 things that I was like, I am going to fucking do this list. And because it's been stuff that I've been kind of putting off a little bit. So I did. I got up and with mom's help, of course, we tackled the refrigerator. We steadied and cleaned out the little pantry thing that we have. We did a bunch of work outside, and I actually found the jack, and I jacked up the car, and
You
we've
backed
been
off the
having,
car?
yes,
Okay.
we've been having this little plastic piece like that kind of has been like holding on by a screw and scrapes the ground as we drive. And I am so freaking sick of everybody that pointing out and pointing out the oh, you got something dragging. I'm like, motherfucker, you think we can't fucking hear that? You think we're oblivious? Anyway, I was getting so annoyed. So I actually found out it was just a little plastic piece that had kind of come down. So I took the shears and I cut it off, and it was just lovely and fixed it right up. And then realized I have no freaking clue how the hell to unjack the car. So I actually had to sit there and watch a YouTube video on my phone to figure out how to release the jack on the car. And it was very simple. I almost put it right down on my foot. So anyway, and then I ended up having some hamburger. I didn't want to go bad, so I cooked a meatloaf and spaghetti sauce, and then I boiled eggs and
And how much hamburger did you have?
a 3-pound roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How much you
I
pay
just
for
cut
it?
it in half. $11. I know. And this is something that just a couple years ago used to be like 8, and that was still considered high. So crazy. Anyway, so yes, I was very, very happy. I felt productive. I felt good. I felt like I did something. Brought me focus. And aside from that, I watched a whole bunch of stuff. I watched the Boba Fett and the new episode. I don't want to do spoilers on this because I'm sure we have some listeners that maybe haven't gotten to it yet. But I will say that I forgot that I was watching Boba Fett on this episode, and I loved it. I loved this episode. I guess I just connect with the other characters more, if you know what I mean. And you've seen it, so you know what I mean, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but it is a great episode, and I want to see Boba Fett really integrate into this level. It was great. So, loved it. And on just like that, Charlotte had to teach her 15-year-old daughter how to insert a tampon. So, what happens? All I hear from some of the gay guys, especially on Twitter, is, "Oh my God, I know more than I ever wanted to know about having to insert a tampon. Oh my God, that was so disgusting." Shut up.
Hey, stop gender shaming
It is.
other gay
It
men.
is. I will shame their asses because people need to get over this whole ew, women's bodies or whatever. We need to know everything. Okay, just calm your tits.
Oh my God, you're so
I
sad.
know. I am just saying that it is not a big thing. It is a fact of life. You came out of it. Well, most of you came out of it. I didn't. I'm actually I am actually not even a gold star gay. I am not a platinum gay. I am like a diamond gay because I did not come out of there. I had never even like breastfed. I just, I'm telling my whole life story, but like, women, just not my thing. So, but you know what? I know how the fuck a woman's body works. Thank you. Thank you, science. Meanwhile,
Well,
Carrie
we all know
learns.
how it works. We just don't want to watch it on
No,
TV.
but that's the thing is that I come across guys all the time that have no fucking clue. They did not even know. I've come across women that don't even understand their own bodies, that don't even understand that you don't pee out of your vagina. Well, we don't, of course, but I'm just saying there's something fucked up in our education system, and there's something fucked up in people's heads if they really think that, it's so. Anyway, moving on. Meanwhile, Carrie learns what it's time to take off her wedding ring now that Big is dead. And then Steve wants to understand why Miranda wants to divorce him for her non-binary girlfriend, or no, partner, Shay, who has said very clearly to Miranda, no, girl, we are not partners. You are not my girlfriend. You are like somebody that we're seeing. We're not even dating. I don't know. Just whatever. I don't know where they're going with that storyline. It's not one of my favorites, but moving on. I did finish The Great season 2, so I've caught up completely on The Great. And what a crazy fucking show. I never know what to think, where something's going. I will say, since this has been out a while, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. When what's her name, who slit the old lady Surf's throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she got her head blown off, I was like, yeah, that's okay. Good for you, girl. Bitch. That was disgusting. Anyway, and also Peter just looks great. He just has such a nice ass. Just really nice ass. Anyway, I did look up the real Catherine the Great, and yeah, she just keeps on going. So we'll see if this has. Is it? Do you know if it's got more seasons coming?
I'm sure it will.
I hope so. Pretty good. Anyway, moving on. I also watched the new episode of How I Met Your Father. Third episode was much better. I like, and here's where we run into some kind of Will and Grace's type thing, is that the side characters, the quirky characters, are way better than the two main love interests, and we don't even know if they're the ones that get together or not, but they're just two damn sitcom cookie cutter white people. But I do like all the guys on the show. They're really cute as fuck. So and Kim Cattrall, I think she's awesome. Just saying. Okay. And then finally I watched the movie Bloodshot. And do you remember what his name is? It's in it. Is it Vin Diesel or something?
I don't even know the movie.
Movie? It was a big thing on Amazon like last year or something. Anyway, it's basically about this guy who this soldier who gets killed, and then they bring him back from the dead, and basically
that's what that's called.
I think it's called Bloodshot. Yeah,
Okay.
unless I fucked it up again. But anyway, and he's got like nanites for blood and shit. So, and then of course he finds out that maybe there's something with the people that are controlling him that's not quite right. Vin Diesel. Okay, thank you. But basically, it's a big shoot 'em up movie with a half-ass script. I mean, but I liked that it was short, really shorter than most of them, and it had really great effects. Past that, it was just your standard movie. So, I would recommend it if you just are sitting around on a Saturday night with nothing else that you want to do and can't find something to watch and you want to watch an action movie. There you go. We want to remind you to be loud, be proud, be too much, and to be you. Fat Marker Clothing wants those of us who've been told that we are too much of something turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs Gone Wild listeners, you can do that by using the code FMWildChub to get 20% off when ordering at fatmarkerclothing.com.
And don't forget, it's coming up on bikini season.
Oh, that's true. I wonder if they have bikinis or trikinis. I need like a quadkini. Okay, and nothing. All right, well, let's get into some advice then and see what's going on here. I have been married to my husband for 4 years and have a wonderful, happy 7-year-old stepson. My issue stems from how his mother handles holidays and birthdays, and now my ex-husband feels forced to compete. She and her family buy him numerous extravagant gifts starting the month before his birthday. And she tells us all the gifts that he is getting and how much they cost. We live on limited means, and we buy one large present for his birthday. But even after my husband and I agree on the one gift, he will go to the store and sneak in another gift. We have very young children together, and I don't want to be giving something to one that we can't provide to all. My stepson is not spoiled, but he's beginning to expect this kind of treatment. I know this will cause confusion with my other children when they're old enough to understand, and I'm not sure what to do. Well, what do you think?
I'd say worry about it when it happens.
I'd say make up for it with experiences. She may be able to buy him a PlayStation, but you can take him to, I don't know, camping, or take him to one of the theme parks and throw him on a roller coaster or whatever. Make up for it with experiences that are a lot less expensive.
Yeah, theme parks. They're not expensive at all. You're right. That's a great idea.
Well, they're not as expensive as a fucking PlayStation.
No, but what's going to happen is you're going to take the kid and you got to take the other kids with you. And, a day at the theme park all of a sudden becomes, $1,500.
I am
camping
to give an answer. You can do other things. Take them to Chuck E. Cheese and have them paint something. I don't know. But there are other ways that you can, make memories and be the fun dad without having to spend a ton of money.
Have him clean the house. That's always fun.
Oh,
mop the floor.
He's 7, not 50 yet. I get excited when I get a new duster. Things change. I'm just saying. Anyway. So, well, let's see what Dear Prudy had to say. What you do is have a kind of celebration and give the gift you think is appropriate without regard to what your husband's ex is doing. That also means you don't respond to her patronizing and gloating. You just smile and say, Samantha, I'm sure little Joshua is going to love his Nerf Vortex Nitron Blaster and his WWE Colossal Crashdown Arena. The fuck? Then you talk to your husband and say you understand he may feel guilty why he can't shower his gifts with the same extravagance as his ex. But living within your means and being grateful for what you have is an important lesson you and your husband should be teaching your kids. It's also one that will benefit them more than having a birthday celebration to rival that of Kim Jong-un. Goodness, girl. If Joshua says something about not getting the same birthday gala at your house as his mother's, tell him that every family celebrates their own way. Don't worry about your children eventually noticing the disparity. They will come to understand that Joshua has a different mother and all that entails. The confidence you convey in your own choices as a mother will benefit your entire family. Well, that's certainly some advice. Yeah. Basically, don't worry about it. So anyway, that comes from Dear Prudy over at slate.com. Please go check them out and, read them and shiz. Hey, Chubs, did you ever read Archie's comics?
No.
Yeah, I picked up a couple from the newsstand, like when I was a kid, and tried to read them, but well, back then it was, well, no, I guess it really wasn't newsstand. You know, the checkout thing right before when they have all the magazines and shit.
Oh, okay.
The store. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, I had a couple of the thick ones, but I never really understood them. I was way too young and they weren't funny enough. Anyway, hey Chubs, how much time each day do you spend at your computer?
Now, do you consider iPad a computer?
I'm gonna say no. Just computer.
None.
Wow, you live dangerously.
I mean, if I have to pay a bill or do a podcast, but that's it.
Wow. Let's see. Probably at least 8 hours, if not more.
That's because you work on the computer. And honestly, the iPad should count.
Okay, well, if the iPad counts, then how many hours?
All waking hours.
Yeah, I usually have something in front of me, the computer, the phone, the tablet, something. But yeah.
I mean, if I'm not playing a game, not much time, I mean, I do scroll through Facebook every once in a while just to see who I can, me too. And then after that, it's constant reference, when I'm watching any kind of, that's stupid. Just stop doing that.
Okay.
You're watching a show and it's like, who is that? And you look it up going, oh my God, I can't believe that, so-and-so.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on IMDb, yeah. I do go to Twitter every once in a while, but that's mostly just to, check and see if there's anything new on the Big Gay Sex Show.
Yeah. Every once in a while, there's something fun. All right. Well, it's time for our Golden Girls trivia question. Today's trivia question is, which of Dorothy's uncles did Sophia say had absolutely no sense of humor?
Carmine.
Actually, it was Uncle Vito.
No.
I don't know if we ever met him. But... All right.
And you obviously watch more Golden Girls than I do.
Oh, actually, I haven't watched it in a while. I've been thinking about maybe trying to marathon it again, but I'm not quite there yet. I love the show, but I don't know if I really want to go back and watch it again. I watched it so many times. All right. What's in your lunchbox? Well, Mr. Moose wrote in. He said, I have been kicking the ass. I have been kicking ass in the gym this month, adding a little bulk to my body, but body fat down 5%. Really need a refeed meal. Yes, that is correct. So ordered 2 fish dinners with mac and cheese, butter beans, slaw, green beans, biscuits, 2 pieces of yellow cake with chocolate icing. The bread and cake were out of the frame in this picture. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry too. That sounds really good. But I'll tell you, look at that. Look at that. Oh.
That fish looks so crispy.
It's just gorgeous.
Now, what's he having the fried wontons for?
Well, let's check that out and see. Ordered wonton soup and got a bowl of crispy noodles to go with it. Nice. It looked pretty, all nice and crunchy, evenly cooked. Took a picture. They do. They look great. Also, let's see. Ordered spring rolls because who doesn't love something penis-shaped in their mouth? Lesbians. But still, those are beautiful.
I thought they were burritos. I'm like, he got 2 burritos? All right.
That would be fun
they
too.
Look good. It's because it's such an extreme close up. Otherwise, I'm sure that they're only, about
Finger size.
well, the size of my penis, so about this size here.
Oh, no, that's too big. Yeah, that would be bigger than we could fit in a photo.
Yeah. So.
All right. This is one of my favorite dishes, Szechuan green beans with chicken, hot as 40 hells with chili sauce dripping from every bite. So flavorful.
I just want to crawl in there and go to sleep. It looks so good.
It does look really good. I'm not so sure about the 40 hells with chicken hot, but
it's not that
it looks
hot.
good.
It's not that hot.
Well, currently, LGBTQ people of color in America have a disproportionately high rate of new HIV infections. Golden Rule Services of Sacramento want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. Pre-exposure prophylaxis, aka PrEP, is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, call your local sexual health clinic. To find out more about Golden Rule Services, visit sacgrs.org. And don't forget that coming up in this next week is National Black AIDS and HIV Awareness Day. It's an important day, so pay attention.
Thank you.
Also, send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Leave us a comment at chubsgonewild.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/chubsgonewild. Watch our videos over at YouTube. Just go over and Google Chubs Gone Wild. Please consider becoming a patron of the show over at patreon.com/madburlingame. Find Tom's movie and TV reviews over at swannerandjudd.com. Find their podcast on iTunes or on iHeartRadio. Also, find out more about Matt's books over at justkisstheguy.com and check out his other podcast at biggaySexShow.com. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes, Queen. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another fabulous fucking show. Thank you all for listening. And send us a little love. And don't forget, get in your chubby Valentine requests because 7 more days. Just saying. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.